Hello, welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me on my exploration of the wide world of pens. I need to make a confession. I have a PenBBS addiction. I can't find a 12-step program that will help me out. I feel compelled to go on Etsy periodically, no less than once a month, or else the withdrawal symptoms become too great. And unfortunately, every time I do this, I find pens that I need to have. I fill my cart. I may think about it for a little bit, but then I will execute and buy them. So these three pens are certainly not any model I don't have already. Certainly not any color I don't have already. But I don't have this particular pen in this particular color or this particular trim. So this is a 308-21 GF. This is a 308-56, and it also would say GF, but this is, the labels change. This is a newer label because it has this, what I would call an inventory number, where this label does not have an inventory number. This one does have an inventory number, and this is a 46967. Even though this says kryptonite transparent, it's actually 2Z. And we'll look at the pen to verify that. So this is not the right box for this pen. This is infinite, which it is correct, and this is vermouth, which it is correct. And I have another vermouth trim and a matte gold trim, which I think is phenomenal from an aesthetics viewpoint, and also writes extremely well. Infinite and gold trim I think is great, and we'll compare and look at other pens I have in these colors with different trims, and you can decide on what you think looks nicest. And I did get 2 cat stickers. They're both the same, but at least I got some cat stickers because I did not get cat stickers in my last PenBBS order. These are duplicates. I have a plastic bag that I keep my unique cat stickers in, and then I have a plastic bag of all my duplicates. So when I feel generous, I will send some of those in a letter. So let's look at these pens a little bit more closely. And I ask you if you have any suggestions on how I can fix my addiction problem with PenBBS pens. I strongly encourage you to leave me a comment. I have over 140 PenBBS pens, and that is a phenomenal number. It's certainly a number that's hard for me to comprehend, but I do have a spreadsheet because I have ordered the same pen more than once. That is definitely a sign of addiction. Here are the 3 pens unboxed. They don't have their concealing box around them. And I'm hopefully that you have the same type of warm, fuzzy feeling inside when you look at these pens. Vermouth, Infinity, and 2Z. 308s, which I certainly do have a lot of 308s. I think it might be the model that I have the most of. And I do have Infinity, I do have Vermouth in a 308, but not with gold trim. So we'll look at the difference between the gold trim and the silver/rhodium trim. The 469 and 2Z is just an interesting combination, to put it mildly. The cap comes off to reveal on one side a 2-tone fine nib, which is not common. I'm certain that it's there because of the 2Z resin that's used. And what I love about the 469 is if we uncap the other side, we'll see a medium nib. which is going to give a wider line, a wetter line than the fine nib will. And when you buy a 469, you get more than just 2 nibs. You get 3 writing options. You get a rollerball insert, which just screws in, replacing the fountain pen nib, and you get a little eyedropper to fill the pen if you don't happen to have any filling instruments. So for $30 US, I don't think there's any other pen that's going to give you 2 nibs, 2 different size nibs, and the option of a rollerball. The 469 doesn't post. It's a pain in the butt when you're sitting in a chair taking notes, and a lot of times I bring the 469 with me because I may have red ink on one side, a blue ink on the other side, and it's nice when you take notes in different colors, or I might have some printed out materials with me that I want to highlight. So that's where the pen, to me, I think really shines, and it's really more of a desk design pen because, again, it doesn't post. It easily rolls away. And I think we need to just watch it roll by, because that 2Z resin certainly creates a nice little look as it rolls by. Enough of 2Z, even though it is an attractive feline. So now we're back to the 2 308s. And I think both of these resins are just a nice, clean, pure color that I think really pops. And a lot of times I'll take out the converter and then the pens look even nicer. To my eye, they're both a little bit darker than they show up in the video, at least on the camera preview screen. And I think the gold trim works well. I've compared Infinity against the platinum resin, the chartreuse, which they are different resins. And this is turned acrylic, where the 3776 is injection molded. So let's compare this with some other pens. So I think the term is embarrassment of riches. Much to my amazement, I ordered duplicate pens. Again, not the first time I've done this. So here are 2 Infinities in gold. Here's 2 vermouths in gold in the 308 model. So I apologize. I don't have the silver trim, and I don't know whether they came in silver trim or not. The closest I can get is showing you a 480 in vermouth with silver trim and the sword clip. So it's a good way to compare the 308 and the 480. I think the 480 is, to me, a more sophisticated design. It's kind of an upgrade. Different cap band, in addition to the clip, more pointy top. So that's how the silver trim versus the gold trim look in the vermouth color. I do have 2 2Z PenBBS pens, the 323, which also Doug has one, and now the 469. And yes, they are turntable worthy. It's just an interesting resin. Originally, when I got the 469, I thought it was darker than the 323, but now as I look at them together, I realize that just that chatoyancy and the light, the way the light plays off the resin just gives them an interesting and unique look. It's certainly a resin I've only ever seen on PenBBS pens, and I encourage anybody who may have seen this resin on other pens, please leave me a comment and let me know. We're going to let them twirl around a little bit. Hopefully you find this visually entertaining. And now we're going to get on with the rest of the video. I couldn't help but do a little bit of a close-up, which I think really even makes them look better than the full view of the pen. So one of the challenges I have with making a video is, when is enough enough? So my vermouth 456 said, why was I not in the video? You talked about me, the vermouth one with the matte gold trim. And then I obviously had to address, why am I not turntable worthy? So here we are with the 308 with the shiny gold trim and a 456 with the matte gold trim, which to me was one of the first PenBBS pens that hit it out of the ballpark from my viewpoint. Phenomenal combination. The pen writes phenomenally well. I love the balance. I love the section. And that nib works well. It's just a standard fine nib, but as I mentioned earlier, there's going to be some variations on the nibs, and some of them are just wow, wow, and some of them are just wow, and some of them are like, need some work. So hopefully this turntable-worthy view is interesting to you. And there is ink, obviously, in the 456. It's been inked up since I first got it. I think it has some Lamy green type style ink in it. I forget which one. But let them twirl by. Let you see how that great resin looks. And we'll move on to other things. I do have 6 469s. And these are in numerical order from the lowest number to the highest number based on PenBBS's numeric description of the resin, finish, color, however you want to describe it. We have amber, we have kryptonite, we have Tuesday, which is this review. We have Misty Mountains, Moon River, and Major, whatever, some red one, which is number 99. As you can see, 3 of these are inked up, and they've been inked up since the day I got them. You uncap them, they write first time every time. I just think it's a very unique design, and it's functional and works, and it really, really looks nice, at least in my view of what looks nice. So here's a little bonus in this PenBBS pen video. Is the Taste the Rainbow special limited edition pen. And I'm showing it because I found out where they engraved the unique number. It's in this band at the bottom of the barrel. And much to my amazement, I have number 2 out of 145. So I'm impressed. Maybe I'm the number 2 PenBBS fan. Could be true. One can only speculate and really enjoy this great resin in this wonderful pen. Here we are back where we started with our exploration of 3 pens I got today in the mail. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I need to address my addiction. I need to address the fact that I can't say no to a PenBBS pen, even one I've already owned. So someday maybe I might consider parting with some of these duplicates. If you'd like to leave a comment on why I might part with one in your direction, please let me know. And there's not going to be any writing in this video. I'm too embarrassed to write with these pens. And I've written with all of them. The nibs are very consistent from PenBBS, so there's no need to ink these up and write with them. And I know some people might have challenges with why would you buy a pen and not ink it up and write with it. Well, I've covered that a few times in other videos. I enjoy the aesthetic quality. I enjoy looking at the engineering. I enjoy looking at how consistent pens are. The same model more than once, and PenBBS is incredibly consistent. Their quality control is as good as anybody's, at least in my view. Nibs are going to have some variations to them, a little bit drier, a little wetter, a little bit more feedback, less feedback, those types of things, but you'll get those with any pen maker, except one that literally fine-tunes every nib before it leaves their facility, and they're rare. So we're going to leave you with these visual entertainment pieces, which is one of the things that I enjoy with my pens. And we're going to say thank you for watching. and hopefully encourage you to get a writing instrument, to put ink on paper, put your thoughts down on paper, share your thoughts, read them later. I find that to be very enlightening. Gee, I actually wrote that down and thought it was good. I don't know. So at the end of the day, use your pens. I use mine. But when you have a few thousand, inking up 50 of them, it's hard to use every pen that you've inked up every day, but I try to do my best. So go out and enjoy life. Enjoy everything. And in these trying times, stay safe, stay healthy, and find things that make you happy. I'm going to say this is the end of this video for now. Bye until the next video.